Okay, today we are going to discuss a question about isotopes. This is a real past year question from the 2019 paper. Before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's go through some quick information you need to recap. So, once again, what are isotopes? There are three key points. First, isotopes are atoms of the same element. Second, they have the same number of protons. Third, they have different numbers of neutrons. Now, how do we interpret the question? The question asks you to describe how sodium isotopes are the same and how they are different. In terms of what? In terms of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So, what are the things that are the same? As mentioned earlier, they have the same number of protons. What are the things that are different? They have different numbers of neutrons. How about electrons? In this case, we need to check. For sodium, they are atoms, because the question doesn't mention any charge, no positive or negative. So, we know they are neutral atoms. In a neutral atom, the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Therefore, sodium atoms have the same number of electrons as protons, giving them an overall neutral charge. Now, moving on to the next question, why do all three isotopes have an overall charge of 0? When they say overall charge of 0, it means the number of positive charges is equal to the number of negative charges. So, what is positively charged? The proton. And the number of protons is the same as the number of electrons. That's why the atom is neutral. Next question, why do all three isotopes have the same chemical properties? Be careful, this question is worth 2 marks. Whenever we talk about chemical properties, we must relate it to how electrons behave. All three isotopes have 11 protons, which means they also have 11 electrons. This means they have the same number of electrons and, more importantly, the same number of valence electrons, or outermost electrons. For sodium, the electron arrangement is 2.8.1. So they all have the same outermost configuration, and that's why they have the same chemical properties. This is a 2-mark answer. Now, next question, why do sodium ions have a positive charge? When we talk about ions, they are unbalanced in terms of charge. The number of protons doesn't change, it's still 11. So let's work this out. If the ion has a charge of +1, we do simple math, plus 11 protons minus how many electrons gives us +1. That means the number of electrons must be 10. So sodium ions have 11 protons and 10 electrons. You can also say sodium has 1 more proton than the number of electrons, which makes it positively charged. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more quick science tips.